There seems to be two different phenomena that you're referring to. One of them is having an impression of the past.
Yes.
In a way that makes time fluid, and the other phenomenon is a connection with
what's here.
The deceased.
Yes. Yes.
Do they know they're deceased?
No. That's when we see an imprint of, as we've walked around, we've seen imprinted people or what's been going on. When we actually see people, as in a video screen, as we see them walking around, as in here, you tend to find that a lot of them are trapped, a lot of them are spirits that aren't aware that they're passed over. When we communicate to your loved ones, you know, I would say 90% of them are aware that they have passed over. But some of them, I know when I've been demonstrating in church, a lot of them, as we're giving messages, aren't even aware that they've passed over.
So there's two different things going on?
Yes. Yeah.
Are the people that are down here and connecting with the coasters, are they happy that, you know, people come down and visit or walk through these areas?
A lot of the entities down here won't even be aware that we're walking around because they're too busy in their life, you know, because they're not aware that they've passed over. When they're aware that they've passed over, then they are aware that we're around because they've accepted that there's this world and there's their world. So that's why, you know, we can hear things going on and stuff like that because they're living their everyday life still. It's like if I was a ghost and I was aware I was alive, I wouldn't do a party trick for you. Do you understand? It's like when you see on Most Haunted, we all shout on, say, "Can you give us a sign?" And nothing normally happens because sometimes them spirits are aware that have passed over because there's been that many groups and things like that around. And the stuff that happens when you do hear noises, it's normally the spirit that's not aware that they've passed over, so they're just continuously playing marbles or something like that. And when people say, oh God, they've given us a sign, it's not really that they have given us a sign, it's just that we've kind of clicked onto that noise. Blame me, but I know for a fact it wasn't me.
You said you knew you had a gift when you were 4. How did you know?
Well, from 4, I believe that we're all born psychic, and initially I thought Charles was an imaginary friend, but it wasn't until I was 16, believe it or not. It was when it kind of sank in. And Paul, going back to my friend, my friend Paul had learning difficulties. He had a disease where his mouth was swollen and everything. And he used to get, it was really bizarre because I was 13 at the time, and Paul used to get picked on at school, and he always used to get beaten up. And this one particular day, I can just remember seeing Paul getting kicked on the floor, and I flipped, and ever since then, me and Paul were best friends. And he couldn't cope with it anymore. He took his own life at the age of 15. And that evening, I came home late, and my parents was waiting for me, and they told me that Paul had died. That night, he actually walked into my bedroom with a Reebok was quite fashionable at the time. It was a sweatshirt, zip up, and it said Reebok down here. And the next day, I rang his parents up and said that I saw Paul, and I explained the situation. As you can imagine, the phone went down on me a few times, and they'd only bought Paul the Reebok sweatshirt in the morning. He put it on, and they went off again in the afternoon, and when they came back, they found him dead. But that second night, when Paul came through again, I said, "Paul, you can't be here, you're dead." Charles came into my bedroom then with Paul, and it kind of sunk in at 16.
Could I ask you?